3 things that I see carnivores complaining about all the time and how I fix them. Bonus one at the end. Number 1 in all the carnivore groups that I'm part of is definitely cravings. How did I solve cravings? Well, number 1, willpower. You only need to stick with it for about 2 to 3 weeks and the cravings will go away almost completely. Number 2, I found good, clean alternatives. So for example, when I want something crunchy, I eat 4505 pork rinds dipped in Dad's Ranch. It's a clean carnivore version of chips and dip. Thirdly, I moved my eating window. So I also do intermittent fasting. So I only eat in a 6-hour window. So knowing that my cravings hit late at night, I started moving my first meal of the day later in the day so that my 6-hour eating window extended into the evening. Because if I ate lunch later and then ate dinner later, I was less likely to have cravings because, as we know, carnivore, you're super satiated if you're eating right. Number 2 thing that I see all the time is people complaining of symptoms that stem from not getting enough fat and not getting enough water. So the way I do my water is I keep 3 1-liter bottles in the fridge. And that's like my measurement, right? The level of all of those bottles. And by the end of the day, all of those bottles need to be gone. And it also allows me to always have cold water because when one sits on my desk for a while, I can put that back in the fridge to get cold again and take a cold one out, right? So I'm always rotating them throughout the day and I make sure that all 3 of them are gone. As far as getting fats, well, that's another thing where Dad's Ranch comes in, right? Because it's 100% fat-based in Daisy sour cream. And also the cuts of meat that you're choosing can have a lot to do with that, right? So if you're choosing leaner cuts of meat, maybe switch those out for cuts of meat that have more fat content in, like, for example, ribeye. Another thing too that's not technically strictly carnivore, but is super clean is avocado. So if you're really struggling on fat intake, add some Dad's Ranch, but also add some avocado, which is going to give you some clean, healthy fats. Third thing that I see everybody in carnivore groups complaining about is boredom. You get to the point where you're eating the same 5 or 6 things all the time, and that's where a lot of people fall off the wagon, because they just get bored. That is exactly why I invented Dad's Ranch. I had a plate of wings sitting there, and I was dying for some blue cheese, some ranch, right? But all of the ingredients on those labels are absolute garbage. Seed oils and all kinds of other junk. I was like, I know there's got to be a way to have something that's as good or better than ranch that's completely clean. And that's exactly how Dad's Ranch happened. The whole reason I brought Dad's Ranch to market was because I knew I couldn't be the only carnivore clean eater out there that was suffering from that. And so when I tasted it, and I was like, this is fire. This is a game changer. I was like, I know this will help other people. And that's why I made it available. All right, it's time for the bonus one, right? Well, the bonus one is I'm 60 days on carnivore right now, and my clothes fit so much better. I feel so much better. My jawline is sharper, and I'm only 60 days in. So what's the other thing that you're going to have to contend with? Well, all the compliments, right? And as far as how to handle that, the best advice that I can give you is just tell them that they can do it too.